Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Derek here. We are finally back reacting to another episode of Bridgerton. This is season 2, episode 3. It is called A Bee in Your Bonnet. I've heard this one is a few people's favorites of the season, so I'm excited to check it out. It's a long one. It's a hefty chunker. As you can see, we're back in my room as opposed to out of town for the Halo video. So that's exciting. Hopefully the sound is better quality as well. But what happened last time on Bridgerton? A lot of things happened. Eloise got close to figuring out well, she didn't get close to figuring out who Lady Whistledown is, but she found her like printing shop, and she is flirting with some common print boy worker or whatever that works there. And the queen is also like pretty close. Like she's narrowed it down to like 10 different girls as who it could possibly be. So she's on the hunt as well. Regarding Anthony and Kate's little sister, Anthony decided he was going to be honest and be like, listen, man, I may not ever love you, but I will do what's right for you. And actions speak louder than words. So hop on. And now Kate is clearly fallen for Mr. Tony, Anthony, which I watched an episode of Doctor Who recently because the real rejects are going through Doctor Who, and there's an episode called The Time Heist in which the actor who plays Anthony Bridgerton is a featured character in that episode. So that's dope. Just kind of funny coinkydink. But enough about Doctor Who. I'm excited to jump into this next episode. Before we do that, if you enjoy my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me and it helps my channel grow a lot. If you're new here or find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. It is linked in the description below. Otherwise, let's jump into episode 3 of Bridgerton. 10 years? What the piss?
Take your time.
What is this? Bridgerton going with the age-old trick of giving someone bangs in order to make them look younger. Oh!
You have to show me how to do that.
I mean, you just aim, brother. Just look at it. Come on, Chief. Oh, they're not even taking it back? Oh, they probably have their servants go get it, actually.
They're quite lovely, are they not?
Is Anthony allergic to bees as well?
Oh, it's bloody.
Oi, Chief. You're cooked, brother.
Father? What is
That's
this?
a fast-acting bee. Is that how fast it normally works?
Help us, someone! Someone, please! Help! Father!
Lady, don't run out here. Get help. Dang, you would think they would just like stop having flowers around if bees were attracted to them. Is this a thing that runs in the family?
They haven't shown me. They cannot see me. Anthony! Go!
Dang, didn't even really have time to like process or like in the moment be devastated. Like right away, he's got to be the responsible one to shoo away the younger kids.
It is not odd to marry one's cousin. It is.
Should be. That's weird.
You will charm him.
Mm-hmm. This lady just like how do you manipulate your own child like this? She's manipulating her own daughter so that she may continue to have power in this household. It's ridiculous. For real, bruh. For real.
Lovely. Oh, there. No.
Yes, Eloise, play with the child.
Do not mind your Auntie Eloise. She's too busy reading.
Oh, good. Colin shaved. Thank Jesus.
And you must be Miss Edwina.
Ha! No. Got her.
It is
Yeah.
an honor, Your Grace.
The older one's definitely more his style.
Well, now, you must be weary from your travels. Mrs. Wilson, please show our guests to their rooms so they might get refreshed.
And ready for battle. Indeed.
What are they battling? BattleBots? Beyblades?
Forgive me, my lord, but I have questions about the body. Should I move it
Yeah,
from his chambers?
right away he's being addressed as my lord. Given all these responsibilities.
Because those rooms belong to you, my lord. You are the Viscount now.
Why is that servant so aggressive with it? You are Viscount now. Like, chill, dude. It's been an hour. Like, this lady, this dude's dead body is still on the grass. Take a breath, Chief.
Well, then there is Anthony.
Let me guess, a most ruthless cutthroat player.
Why, you have made his acquaintance.
I'm sure the Viscount is an excellent player.
What if he's
We'll all
trash?
pass away at some point.
He's cutthroat, but he sucks balls at this game.
Lower.
Madame, I must protest.
She wants you to show off her daughter's titties. Nah, show off her daughter's titties.
I hear that the new modiste across the street just arrived from Vienna. Perhaps she will have
don't
something that will display
don't threaten to
your
take
assets
your
to
business
advantage, Prudence.
elsewhere.
Let's get dressed.
She's like, make my daughter look like a hoe. Make her look so attractive that her cousin wants to bang her. Kate's gonna choose the best one. Kate's gonna choose their dad's mallet.
The mallet of death.
The mallet of death. Ha! You get the pink one.
Field of combat.
Nice. Come, Edwina. The game has started. Why are you standing around? Yo, that was a horrible try.
Yeah, allow me.
You're ass at this game. I mean, let's be real. The thing was 3 feet away. These people ain't Tiger Woods, man. They ain't just sinking a birdie from the edge of the green. They're like at the hole already.
Admit my thoughts are far from the field.
The modiste? The dressmaker?
I've applied to become a student of art at the Royal Academy schools.
Have you? Oh,
Interesting.
Well, do not celebrate yet. I await word of my acceptance.
Dude, you're like one of the richest people around. They're super gonna let you in.
Then you shall not mind this.
Oh. Oh. She's like, see ya. I feel like that's blatantly cheating. Well, maybe it's not because she hit her ball. So, you know, it is what it is. Edwina. Edwina. You did that on purpose.
Oh, what a shot, brother!
Chief. That is...
What a shame. You two better go fetch them. Unless you would like to quit here and now.
Smooth operator, Colin. Smooth operator. Yeah, go make out in the bush. This is gonna be like 7 minutes in heaven. You're both locked in the closet.
Dash it.
LOL.
We could pluck them out. No one would be any the wiser.
Nah, you gotta hit that shiz.
There's nothing for it then.
I mean, I would take my shoes off first. You no need to ruin them. Dude. Just make out already. Oh no, you're stuck.
Help.
Oh man. So okay, so they're gonna pull real hard, and it's not gonna work at first, and then it will work, and they'll fall on top of each other, and it'll be awkward. Oh. Close enough. Well now, isn't this cute? Okay, now kiss. Kiss.
Your turn, my lord.
Something about that bench. Something about that bench.
Something the matter? Lord Bridgerton, do you not wish to retrieve
The game
your
is over.
He ain't trying to go over to that bench. That's where his papa is buried. By that bench. Is it? No way. Am I right? Ah, indeed, indeed. More in common with this man than you thought, Miss Sharma.
It has turned the wrong way. I need to know what you would like us to do.
I don't know what you...
I will do my best, but there may need to be a choice made.
Do you want to save the baby or your mother?
He was asking to decide which one of us should live, me or the baby. You kill the baby, you save the mother.
You cut the mother. You save the child.
It is not your choice to make, it is mine.
In modern days, this would be like a C-section or some other fancy doctor way of saving things. But since this is the olden days, kill the mother. Just kidding. You always choose to keep the mother alive because she can always have more babies.
It did not work. Cousin Jack did not glance once at my bosom. Stop calling him that.
Cousin Jack did not look at my boobies. It's probably, in most people would assume that's a good thing. Hopefully your cousins are not looking at your tatas.
He was interested in everything I had to say, Didi. In the books I have read, even in the books I have not.
Well, I only hope his intentions were genuine.
Oh, she's a little upset by that. She's like, wow, he was interested in you. That's upsetting. Are you dumbstruck by the girl?
The one that makes it impossible for you to look away from them at any given moment. Body and soul feel as if they could burst into flames whenever the two of you are near.
Like her husband said,
All you are able to do
my heart
in their presence
burns for you.
is to lean forward and touch their lips with yours.
Mm-hmm. Facts, bro.
That is the feeling you have when your weakness at me. I am quite happy if you indeed.
It is not the feeling he has. Oh, look at him contemplate
Described it
things.
better myself.
Look at him contemplate. It's like, frick. I feel that way about the other one.
Worldly travellers use it as a way to open their minds and transcend ordinary anxieties.
Drugs. Is it... What did you give him?
You quite well, brother.
You will see.
Yeah, what's up with
This
you,
tea
Colin?
is quite the elixir. On one occasion in Paxos, I found myself meditating for hours upon a single blade of grass.
Oh, that's... You're gonna overdose, Chief. Tripping balls on ayahuasca.
Can I ask you something, Miss Eloise?
Did I purposely make the third wicket 2 inches narrower than last year? Yes, I did.
I fear I may have upset the Viscount during our game.
You were near our father's grave. Well, then his mood was not on your account.
He rarely goes near the site if he can help it. My brothers tell me I have a habit of being rather direct. But everyone tells me it is fate worse than death to end up a spinster. But you seem perfectly content.
Oh, she's super not. She is not content. At least not in the moment.
The world is not exactly welcoming to an unmarried woman. There seems to be no place in society for us except at the edge of things.
Yeah, that's some rough stuff, bro. I agree, that is society's flaw.
Every day I get up, I get dressed, I feed myself, I try to breathe in and out.
Everything that seems natural becomes a effort to do.
I feel even sorrier for myself because most of the time all I am thinking is that this little baby did not do me the kindness of killing me so that I could be with my husband.
Oof. That's tough. It's tough to lose a loved one like that. I unfortunately have the somewhat tangential experience of a family member losing their loved one. And I have heard those feelings described a few times.
But then after your father died, a wall went up inside you, as if love had become some weakness instead of a greatest strength.
I seek an amiable partner with whom I may share a pleasant life, untouched by heartbreak and the ravages of grief.
He does not want to love because he doesn't want to deal with the possibility of
Yet I myself
the loss that could come with it.
every waking moment. I could never be the cause of such pain. No matter how cruel and hard-hearted everyone else may find me to be.
He doesn't want to go through the possibility of, like, if something happens to him, he can't put that burden of pain on someone else. Darn do it. Darn do it.
I believe my sister and I have grown rather weird.
A toast. Yes.
Oh no. She was trying to stop it. She could sense what was coming.
I believe there is a question I would like to ask you.
You can see how, like, devastated her sister is. Oh, she's trying not to cry. She's trying not to cry right now.
I should like to ask you to please refrain from telling anyone back in London about yesterday's loss. I feared the harm
Getting everyone's
to my
hopes up.
reputation would simply be too great.
To the pleasant days ahead.
Everyone knew what was coming. And then he looked at her and couldn't do it. That deep gut feeling is too much for him. She's a little relieved.
I should have known more about their interests. I should have been better.
Yeah, girl, you ain't doing nothing wrong. This ain't your fault. Your sister's just too cool. Your sister just happens to be a certified smoke show. It ain't your fault.
A letter from London.
Bro, there's no way he didn't get in. He's super rich. They always let rich people into schools.
I have a place. The Royal Schools have accepted me as a student.
Yeah, duh.
For how else might one explain the tawdry, dare I say vulgar gown sported lately by Miss Cressida
LOL. Yo, Penelope. Get it, girl.
Naysayer's newest beast has one thing only going
She's
for
like,
her. She is
you guys suck
Has married
ass.
one of the old.
She's like, See how I propped you up in the newspaper? You ain't say shiz about me now, right? It's the sound of cash money, madame. Hey, don't touch any flowers. There's bees in there. This could be a genetic thing.
The only feeling
Kiss her. Kiss her. Or does he see a bee?
Stand still, damn it! Do?
No, do not do.
This is only a bee. Ow!
Does he think everyone dies if they're stung by a bee?
No, do not.
He's having a panic attack. Oh yeah, place your hand right there, boy. Place it right there, boy. Touch that chest, boy. Yeah, touch each other in the chest. That's right. It's all game time. Now kiss each other on the friggin' mouth. Kiss each other right now. Come on. Come on. Kiss each other. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Do it. Do it. Frick. Gotta be kidding me. Stupid horse. God dang. Friggin' horses. Their stupid neighing sounds. Oh yeah, you freaking out. You freaking out too. Hoo hoo hoo. Things are getting heated. Let's go. Game time, baby. Oh, that can't be the end. Come on. Damn it. Upsetty spaghetti. Ooh, baby, they are gonna have some intrusive thoughts tonight. Okay. So we learned a lot this episode, specifically about Anthony and his reasonings, right? Like, first, okay, so we start off, we learn him and his dad, fun times together, super great pals. Anthony sucks at hunting, I guess, and his dad is pretty good. And then his dad gets stung by a bee and dies. Rough stuff. I wonder I wonder if it's like genetic. Is Anthony also like deathly afraid, or not deathly afraid, deathly allergic to bees? Because that would be rough stuff, right? Like, I feel like he should avoid flowers. You know. Maybe, like, what is the modern day, like, fix? Like, if you're super allergic to bees to where, like, you'll probably die, how do you live? How do you survive that? 'Cause dang, son, his dad, like, within, like, 20 seconds, his dad went from, like, being stung to, like, straight up dying. I feel like it's not that severe, in at least now. Like, it would take a little bit. Like, your windpipe and all that jazz would just slowly close up, and you'd have more time to get assistance. But you know, it is what it is. But pretty much like right away, right? Like, within a minute of his dad dying, his mom is kind of thrusting responsibility onto him, right? Like, she's there to mourn and grieve and go through that, like, heart-shattering event, right? But then he has to immediately deal with the siblings. Like, he can't just, like, sit there in that moment and process the fact that his father just died in front of him. He's got to take responsibility and address the children. And then, like, even, like, within an hour, like, within a couple hours even, while his father's dead body is still, like, in the grass. Like, he's still got a little bit of warmth in him. All the servants are, like, trying to be like, yo, you need to figure this out. It's been 18 minutes. Like, clock's ticking, my boy. Why haven't you built a coffin yet? And it's like immediate, like this dude just, he's not able to deal with any of that, right? Like even during his sibling's birth, right? Like he's has all these responsibilities and decisions thrust upon him. He has no opportunity essentially to mourn his own father. So he has to have all that responsibility, but then he also has to observe everyone else in his family kind of fall apart because they have the luxury of falling apart, right? Like there are some people, like, you don't have the luxury. I have a family member whose spouse passed away, and they unfortunately didn't have that luxury of falling apart. They had responsibilities. They had children to take care of, and so it's interesting. So it's like interesting how those two dynamics have kind of formed who Anthony is currently. Like his two singular focuses, right, is responsibility, like doing what is necessary to take care of his family, because that's the role he's been given. That was the role of his father, and now it's onto him, and he feels that responsibility. It's like it's so heavy a weight on his shoulders. But then also, like, when it came to him witnessing the rest of his family fall apart, particularly his mother, he saw how much the death of her spouse devastated her, and how she was essentially like a shell of a person. He looks at that and he's like, I will not be responsible for putting someone through that pain. So in his mind, he's not just like made, responsibility the main factor. He is like pretty much outright sworn off loving someone, because if something were to happen to him in the same way that happened to his dad, he doesn't want to be the reason that kind of pain exists for someone else, especially someone that he loves. So that's why he's kind of sworn all this off. So it's very just interesting to see that dynamic play out in him, and how that's affecting all the current stuff. Like even his mom is like, yo, I know how desperately you want to love and to be loved, but because of the trauma that you have gone through, you will not let that happen. She's being like, I am giving you permission to love again. Just like, you don't need to carry this, dude. Like, you don't need to carry that. And it's just like this, the whole time they're interacting, it's like clear. It's clear as day to us as a viewer, but then even to most of his family, it's clear that him and Kate are the ones that are like falling for each other. And he's trying so desperately to not give in to those feelings, because he can't allow himself to do it. And so he's like going through all this effort to try and get to know the sister. And it's kind of working a little bit. Like they're getting close enough to where a marriage proposal, like business marriage proposal, might make sense. And he's gonna do it, but then he looks at the sister right before he does it, and she can't even look at him. She can't even look at him while he's doing it, because she's like gonna be super devastated if this happens, because she's into him now. And she's trying not to cry during this thing, because she's like, this is gonna hurt a lot. And she's, especially after they spent all this time frolicking in the mud together, and she realized how much the death of his father has impacted him. And she's like, dang, man, like, we got a lot in common, and we have no issues talking to each other, and I want him inside me. Just kidding. She probably has not had those thoughts yet, but she will after the episode. But like, it's just clear as day that they're the ones that are supposed to be together, and they're both having these feelings, but like not letting themselves feel it. And then, yeah, the proposal does not go through quite yet. And then, they're chatting, and he's trying to be like, bruh, my feelings, I couldn't, no. and then a friggin' bee a freaking bee is on her. It's on her chest. And he low-key has like PTSD, right? Because I don't know if he just assumes that everyone will die if stung by a bee. You know, maybe his father is the only instance he has ever experienced of someone being stung by a bee. So he's like just rightfully freaking out. He's like, oh my God, you could die. But at the same time, he's seeing someone that he secretly loves have a bee on them, and he's like dreading. It's like two things. He's having like PTSD, remembering his father's death. So he's like having a panic attack a little bit. And then he sees it on her and he's like, yo, I can't like if she dies, I will be devastated. like the same, he'll go through the same thing almost. And then they have this tender moment where she's like, put your hand on my chest. I'm fine. And she puts her hand on his chest and it's like, dude, things are happening. And then they get so close and they're like about to kiss. And the stupid goddamn horse just had to neigh at the wrong time. And then they run away. And they go and they find their respective corners to breathe heavily. And now like they can't ignore those feelings, right? Anymore. Like those intrusive thoughts are going to be very intrusive. Like they're gonna be breathing heavy in their own individual bedrooms later on tonight. And this just, it adds such a wrinkle into the plans. Like he can't marry Edwina now. Like there's no way, right? Something's got to happen, unless it's gonna be like a speak now or forever hold your peace moment, and she's like, no, I love him. And she's gonna interrupt the wedding, and it'll be dramatic. You know, the most dramatic thing to ever happen in the 1800s or whenever this is. 1600s. I don't remember. When is this set? I can't remember if it's the 1600s or the 1800s. It's probably the 1400s. I'll have to rewatch episode 1 because episode 1 definitely tells you. What else? What else went down? Benedict got into art school. Cool. I don't know why he was doubting it. He's rich as hell. They never deny rich people getting into school. Just donate a building. You'll be fine. Like, you'll get in. But Colin's like, yo, can teach you how to trip balls. Colin came back because he still has feelings for what's her face that faked pregnancy for him, but then actually got pregnant. No, she faked that it was his. He still has feelings for her. He's like, she's gone. Get her out of your brain. She's living in a gutter somewhere. Eloise is struggling with being a single woman because the world is not kind to single women, even now. So that's rough stuff on her, but she'll get through it, I think, eventually. And then Penelope is hanging out with the modiste, being like, listen, I'm gonna need you to not spread secrets about me. In return, I'm gonna hype you up in this newspaper, right? Like I'm trying to think of like what the equivalent of that would be. That'd be like Selena Gomez posting on Instagram being like, yo, this specific small town business, this little Etsy shop is thebomb.com. Everyone else sucks. It's like, that would immediately, their stock price through the roof, chief. You know, Lady Whistledown just did a sponsored post on Instagram. And the modiste is gonna be hanging out. What else? I feel like those were the most important things. Is like Anthony's entire family is realizing that he's in love with Kate. And then now by the end of the episode, both him and Kate are realizing that they're in love with each other. And they're going to secretly go touch themselves to the thought of each other later tonight. And it's going to be dramatic. And I'm going to have to close my eyes again because, you know, obviously can't see inappropriate things. Duh. I don't know. Yeah. What else happened? Nothing else happened, really. who gives a shiz about the Featherington thing? I couldn't give less of a flickety frick about, the Featheringtons trying to marry Prudence to their cousin. Like, who cares? I hope everyone in that family except for Penelope gets dysentery and dies. Everyone except for the chick that married the dude with the huge nose. Like, she sucks too, but the dude with the huge nose, I like him because he's got a huge nose and he has a funny laugh. So he can live. But everyone else, Penelope can stay healthy. Penelope's dope. Love her. Everyone else in the Featherington family, I would not care if they died horribly painful deaths. And that's just me. So let me know what you guys thought of this episode down in the comments below. I would love to hear your opinion on my opinion. Hopefully it's not a negative opinion on my opinion, because I have strong opinions on things which often lead to some equally strong responses. So, just be kind. Unless you agree with me, then hype me up, boy. Yeah, let's go. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me, and it helps my channel grow a lot. If you are new here, or find yourself coming back often, or decently often, or just find yourself coming back once, just hit the subscribe button. That makes me feel good on the inside. I like seeing that number go up. Especially if you want to see me react to more of Bridgerton. Stick around. We watch tons of stuff over here. We're not beholden to any specific genre of show or movie here. We're a jack of all trades type channel. So hit subscribe and you might find something you like. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, where I shake my blender bottle 1,000 times throughout the episode, consider supporting me on Patreon. The link is in the description. I post all the full uncuts of everything I watch over there, so if you're interested in that, check it out. But I think that's all I gotta say. So, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.